We're back. Sorry for the last video. My headset batteries just ran out of steam, so the whole video recording shut off. So let's just continue where we left off. We were reading the README file for the serverless application that was generated, and this is a section that we were on to build and deploy your application for the first time. Run the following in your shell: SAM build, SAM deploy, guided. And I was going over the parameters here. First command will build the source of your application. The second command will package and deploy your application to AWS with a series of prompts. And prompts are stack name, region, confirm changes before deploy, allow SAM CLI, IAM role creation. Let's see what else here. Okay, I think those are all. That's it. So stack name is the CloudFormation stack name you need to create. The region. And, okay, we kind of know what that is. So and then we have confirm changes. Okay, allow SAM. All right. So many of AWS SAM templates, including the example, create AWS IAM roles required for the AWS Lambda function included to access AWS services. By default, these are scoped down to minimum requirement permissions. Okay, and then to deploy an AWS CloudFormation stack, which creates or modifies IAM roles. Okay, the capability IAM value for capabilities must be provided. If permissions isn't provided through this prompt, to deploy this example, you must explicitly pass capabilities IAM, okay, to the SAM deploy command. That's usually what I was doing in the past. So it says, if permission isn't provided through this prompt, to deploy this example, you must explicitly pass capability IAM to the SAM deploy command. Okay. So let's look at that again just to make sure we're clear. You need role permissions for IAM or creation. Many of the AWS SAM templates, including this example, create AWS IAM roles required for the AWS Lambda function or functions included to access AWS services. By default, these are scoped down to a minimum required permission to deploy an AWS CloudFormation stack, which creates or modifies IAM roles. Capabilities IAM value for capabilities must be provided, and if not, you must explicitly add this parameter here to your deploy command. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Let's see if there's anything else in this document. Okay, so we scroll down. Then it says you can find your API endpoint URL in the output value displayed after deployment. Use the SAM CLI to build and test locally. Build your application with SAM build command bash my app. Okay, SAM build. Okay, so if we go back up, let's just look at this. We have SAM build, SAM deploy. You're right, that's what's there. Okay. But it's supposed to give the endpoint URL, and we can test that using curl. Okay, so let's test this out. Let's see. Oh, there's more. Okay. Like I said, you have to read all of this. This is no pie in the sky, and it's no piece of cake. This is a complex process here of developing any software or cloud, whatever. Don't let these simple examples fool you into thinking this is going to be 1, 2, 3. It's not. You're going to have to dig into this if you want to master this. All right, let's keep going. The SAM CLI installs dependencies defined in HelloWorld package.json file. Okay, so this is our HelloWorld app. There's a package.json file which holds dependencies. It creates a deployment package and saves it in a AWS SAM build folder. Okay, so that's our AWS account, SAM account folder. build, which will hold this package, where it creates a deployment package stored in that subdirectory. Okay, there. Test a single function by invoking it directly with a test event. Okay, an event is a JSON document that represents the input that the function receives from the event source. Test events are included in the events folder in this project. Okay, so there's a test event, there's an events folder, and I'm curious how that works, but okay. Run functions locally and invoke them with the SAM local invoke command. Okay, I'm not sure I have everything required for local, but we can test it out at some point. Bash, okay, this is SAM local invoke hello world function. Well, we can try it out. It either work or it won't. The SAM CLI can also emulate your application API. Use the SAM local start API to run the API locally on port 3000. Okay, so that's the command for that. Okay, curl as I stated, so that's exactly what they're doing. Okay, the SAM CLI reads the application template to determine the API's routes and the functions that they invoke. The events property on each function definition includes the route and method for each path. Okay. The SAM CLI reads the application template to determine the API's route and functions that they invoke. The events property on each function's definition include the route and method for each path. So this must be an example using YAML, events, okay, and then we have hello world. Type, it's an API, properties, path is hello, and the method is get. Okay, so that's a get API. I guess that's either HTTP or RESTful. All right, let's go on. Add a resource to your application. The application template uses AWS Serverless Application Model, AWS SAM, to define application resources. AWS SAM is an extension of AWS Cloud Formation with a simpler syntax for configuring common serverless application resources such as functions, triggers, and APIs. Okay? For resources not included in the SAM specification, go to this URL here. Okay? Resources type. Okay, that would be something great to get to. So I'll keep a reference here. Fetch, tail, and filter Lambda function logs. Okay. The hell is that? All right, to simplify troubleshooting, SAM CLI has a command called SAM logs. SAM logs lets you fetch logs generated by your deploy Lambda function from the command line. In addition to printing the logs to the terminal, the command has several nifty features to help you quickly find a bug. Okay, I'd like to know what the hell that is. Note, this command works for all AWS Lambda functions, not just the ones you deploy using SAM. Okay. Bash. Okay, let's see what this is. SAM logs in HelloWorld function, stack name, stack, and then tail. Fetch, tail, and filter Lambda functions log. I'm assuming tail must be Linux for getting the last logs, but or does it even say that here? Maybe not. The hell? You can find more information and examples about filtering Lambda function logs in this documentation link here. Okay, so we got unit tests. Tests are defined in HelloWorld test folder in this project. Use npm to install the Mocha test framework. Okay, Mocha test framework, never heard of that one. And run unit tests. cd hello world npm install Okay, it's a lot of work here to get this damn thing up and running. npm run test. What the hell does that do? Okay, I'm not sure, but I guess that runs tests. So I guess if you just say install it and run tests, it just knows what test to run. I guess. I don't know. That's a good question. We'll have to find out. Cleanup. To delete the sample application that you created, use the AWS CLI, assuming you use your project name or the stack name, you can run the following: file formation, delete stack, stack name, da da da. Okay, and then resources. See the AWS SAM Developer Guide. Okay, this is for an introduction to SAM specific, the SAM CLI, and serverless application concepts. Next, you can use AWS Serverless Application Repository to deploy ready-to-use apps that go beyond HelloWorld samples and learn how authors develop their applications. All right, let's see what else. Oh, that sound, geez, hurts the ear. I don't know if you hear that or not, but okay. So that seems to be everything that's in this README file. Okay, very interesting. Let's get out of this. I hit colon and Q for quit. We are in our directory, and the question is, let's test it out. SAM build, see what it does. Okay, build artifacts, it succeeded. In the build directory, there's a template YAML in the build directory, okay? Commands you can use next, invoke the function SAM local invoke. Let's try that out, see what it does. SAM local invoke. Okay. Running AWS SAM projects locally requires Docker. Have you got it installed and running? Well, I guess I don't. If that's the case, so how do I get it installed and running? Okay, I have to go and find that out. Okay, well, let's go to SAM deploy guided. SAM, probably would be nice to run this thing locally. Let's see if we can figure out how to run. All right, I don't know. Let's just go ahead and deploy the thing. Maybe the next video we'll go and install Docker and figure this problem out. Okay, SAM deploy guided. Let's do that. Simple API example. Is that what this thing is called? I thought this was HelloWorld. Where the hell did this name come from? All right, let's just call it HelloWorld. I thought I selected HelloWorld when I created. Wait a minute. I'm not sure. Let's get out of that for a second and figure out what's going on. Right, I called it My App 1. All right, and this was a Hello World app. And that's a it's confusing. I'm not sure what the hell is going on because this seems to be the template right here. So what the hell is he running above this directory? Okay, let's look at this. See what it created. Okay, so this is the Hello World. Yeah, here's the outputs. Okay, that's fine. Let's try this again. What is this for? Okay, this is not where I was. I have no idea what the hell just happened here. Okay, I ran SAM build in a directory above the one app I created. If I look back at the history, let's just look at the history and see what just. Um, let's just go flow up here. History. I did a SAM init, and I created this my app one, and that's the application. So I ran SAM build outside of that directory, and it found some other application to build. That is weird. That is not what I think this was supposed to do. SAM local invoke. I should be in my app one directory. Okay. Let's delete these files and go into the correct directory. I have no idea why that even executed. But again, anybody has an answer, you tell me. Let's get rid of this SAM config. I have no idea what the hell happened there. We're going to get rid of this template YAML. Then we're going to go to the actual directory. And those are my files here. So I can say SAM, let's use the validate command to validate this YAML. Let's see. Okay, so template YAML is valid. Okay, so let's build from here. This is where I should be building. SAM build. Okay. Okay, there we go. So that should have built. And let's try SAM local invoke. All right, so we don't have Docker here either. So we just don't have Docker. Okay, so it's not the directory that's a problem. It's the fact that Docker is just not installed. And figure out how to install Docker. Okay, so we got, so let's go ahead and just deploy and see what happens here. SAM deploy guided. SAM app, okay. There you go, that's better. I don't know where that other application, that must have been something else I installed. And I called this My App 1, what the hell I called this? Yeah, My App 1, so My App 1, we'll use that name for the stack name. And well, let's just do it like this, stack. So we know it's a stack. US East 1 is fine. Confirm changes, let's just say, whatever the hell that does, shows you resource changes to be deployed and require yes to indicate deploy. Let's just say yes. Allow SAM to create roles. Okay. Let's just say yes. Hello world function may not have authorization defined. Is this okay? What the hell is that? Hello world function may not have authorization defined. I thought allow a SAM CLI IAM role creation. I said yes. So what the hell is this next question? Did I miss something in the README? Hello world function may not have authorization defined. Is this okay? I don't think that's okay. I have no idea. Just say no. I don't know. Security strengths not satisfied. What the hell does that mean? Okay, let's do this differently. The hell with guided. Let's use SAM deploy. Let's start using I believe it's stack name, and I'll say my app one stack. Region, hopefully it's by default, but let's just put region in, US East 1. I think it's confirm changes. I don't know how this one works. I think that's how it goes. Let me say true, maybe, I think. And the other one is IAM, the hell is it? Capabilities. It's capability underscore IAM. Let's see if this works. All right, no. Oh, it's confirmed. Did you mean confirm change set? Yes, I did. Let's go back and change that. Confirm. Where's it at? Change set. Okay, let's try that again. No, I don't know. All right. I don't know what that is. Okay, so let's do SAM deploy help less. What the hell are these options here? We got stack name. Oh, it's just capabilities and capability IAM. Stack name, SAM app. Okay, scroll down. Stack name, S3 bucket. Name of your S3 bucket where it uploads confirmation templates. Okay, what happens if we don't have a bucket? All right. A lot of options here. Wow. Confirm change set. There you go. Prompt to confirm if computed change set is to be deployed. Okay, so I guess there's no, that is the parameter. There's nothing that comes after that. So I should just say confirm change set, and that's it, I believe. Use JSON to indicate whether to use JSON format for output. AWS confirmation template. YAML is used by default. Okay, so YAML is now the new default. It used to be JSON. Okay, there's a lot of parameters here. That's a lot to learn. So we have to go through this and learn more. It's definitely a lot here. Okay, so let's go back to the command. I don't think this true is required. Let's get rid of that. I think that's all that's required. Let's try it. Damn it, I just looked at that and I can't remember with IAM capabilities. Let's look at this again. Help, what the hell is it called? It's just capabilities. Okay. All right. Fix that. All right. Here it goes. Damn. What the hell is that? I did mention S3 bucket. All right. So it says bucket not specified. Use S3 bucket to specify bucket name or run SAM deploy guided. Okay. So we're not running the guided because we had some kind of security issue. And I don't know what the hell that was. So I'm running it not guided. Again, if you see what's going on here, someone tells me if this is straightforward. Am I missing something? Because this to me is kind of, obscure. This is not as straightforward as Amazon or anyone to make you, claim to be. I don't believe it. You tell me if you see that. I'm not sure. But okay, this is the way I'm going because this is Again, this is a damn frustration. Okay, so if you specify an S3 bucket, I guess, does it have to be created? When do you create this bucket? This is a big question here. Use S3 bucket to just specify bucket name or run SAM deploy guided. Okay, so we're not running SAM deploy guided because we ran into a problem. That is off the table. The hell with it. So S3 bucket. So let's try this. I don't know. I don't have a bucket. Maybe I need to create one, but according to this, it says just use it. Let's just use it. Let's give it a bucket name. S3. Let's call it my app one bucket. Okay, I gave it a bucket name. What the hell's gonna happen? Ah, okay, invalid bucket name. Bucket name must match the regex. Okay. Now, for you beginners, if you're any beginners here, you tell me what the hell does this mean? You ran this command. It says unable to upload artifact HelloWorld function referenced by code URI parameter of HelloWorld resource. HelloWorld function resource. Okay. Read that again. Unable to upload artifact HelloWorld function referenced by code URI parameter of HelloWorld function resource. I have no fucking idea what that means. If someone can tell me what that means, let me know. I have no fucking idea what that error is saying. Okay, let's go on to the next statement. Parameter validation failed. Okay, so we have a failure in a parameter validation. That's clear enough. It says invalid bucket name. All right, so we have an invalid bucket name. Bucket name must match the regex. Now, I know what regex is. Okay, that's fine. But the question is, if you're a beginner, what the fuck are you going to do with this information? Seriously. You'd have to go and study regex. That's another damn week before you can come back and continue to understand what the fuck you're talking about. All right. So let's go ahead and figure this out. Bucket name must, so obviously the bucket name is not following some parameter or naming convention from AWS. So what the hell is it? I use hyphens in the number one and alphanumeric characters. If that's the case, I mean, there's not too many strange characters. Could it be that I didn't need the S3 colon //? Maybe that's the problem. I haven't a clue, so I can only guess on this one. Because this information that they give us is absolute bullshit. So I can't not figure this out. Who the fuck wrote this? There's some asshole somewhere sitting on the other side of the world wrote this stupid comments here. All right, let's trial and error because the best I can do is just trial and fucking error. Let's get rid of this, and maybe I don't need S3. Usually in AWS buckets, you need S3 colon da, and that's the damn bucket. But okay, let's just get rid of that. Maybe we don't need it. Oh, bucket does not exist. Motherfucker, if you would have told me I need to create a fucking bucket, that would be a little different than I need to just add a bucket name. Okay? So I gotta create the fucking bucket. That'd be nice to put that in the fucking error message. You need an existing fucking bucket or create a new one. How about that, asshole who wrote this stupid error message? Take my word here. Update this fucking thing. Alright, let's create a fucking bucket. Anybody knows how to create a bucket? Luckily I do. Let's do it. AWS command S3 MV for make bucket. Now in this case I need to give it the goddamn convention. S3 colon forward slash forward slash. And what the hell did I call it? I called it my app one bucket. Make bucket. That created the bucket, okay? And you can tell by saying AWS S3 LS, and we'll list the damn bucket. Well, there's nothing in it, so it did something. All right, that means it is there. Okay, great. Let's try this command again. I'll go back up through my history. This was the command. Let's try it. Oh, there we go. Deploying with the following values. Okay, stack name, region, confirm request, S3 bucket. Okay, so what did it do? It gave me a change set. So this is what it's going to do. Let's scroll up here. Look at this. Capabilities IAM, parameter overrides, signing profiles. I don't even know what the hell that is, but these we need to figure out. Again, that's some other shit. All right, initiating deployment, uploading to be or template, whatever the hell that is. Waiting for change set to be created. File formation stack change set. So here's a change set. Operation, logical resource ID, resource type, and replacement. So since this was never executed, it's going to add all of these. It's going to add a HelloWorld function, which is a permission. Okay, look at that. Lambda permission. It's going to add an IAM role, HelloWorld function role. It's going to add a Lambda function, HelloWorld function. It's going to add an API gateway deployment. This is serverless REST API deployment. Okay. What the hell is that? It's going to add a stage. I'm not necessarily sure what an API gateway deployment is. So is that just saying that this was a deployment process or deployment event, or what the hell does that mean exactly? Stage, okay, it sets it up as a stage of, I guess it's a stage of the API. And then REST API, serverless REST API. Okay, a lot of crap here, but maybe these are part of the cloud formation. All right, so change set created successfully. This is the ARN, the change set. Okay, that's what that is. Previewing cloud formation change before deployment. Deploy this change set. So let's hit yes. Okay, waiting for stack update. Yeah, cloud formation events from change set. Okay, so it's creating process. So it's creating role. Okay. Initiate something. Create complete. All right, creating function. Create complete. Create API. That's complete. Create all the other stuff. Deployment. Stage. Gotta figure out what this other crap is. I know what the permissions is, but this stage, I guess, is the exactly how that's referencing. Okay, so let's scroll up a little bit. So created these items, confirmation output. Okay, so here's a key. Here is implicit IAM role created for Hello World value. This is an ARN for what the hell is that ARN for? Role. That's for the role. So ARN for the role. All right. Hello World. ARN is the endpoint actually. Description here: API gateway endpoint URL for prod stage for Hello World. So I guess it put it in a stage of prod. So we can have dev, stage, or prod, or UAT in a lot of cases. Here's the values. This must be a HTTPS. This is the API endpoint here. Let's copy that. Key, hello world. And what the hell is this? This is the function endpoint successfully created. Okay, so if that's the case, I should just be able to just say curl in this API, and this damn thing should give me a hello world return. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Message, hello world. Okay, that's a start. We actually deployed. There's a lot of unanswered questions here, though. I mean, screwing around here, we got this thing to deploy, and we were able to execute it with curl. We have an endpoint, but there are many, many unanswered questions here. I mean, this is going to take a number of additional videos to really uncover this damn, just this basic hello world function. I mean, there's a lot going on here. So this is going to really require some work. So we will continue. We'll stop here and we'll come back to this and revisit this hello world function and uncover all of these aspects, because I don't see really, if you want to learn this well, how in the hell can you go forward if you don't uncover all of this? And here's an arm for the function. Can we invoke this function somehow? And we've got to get Docker installed so we can run this locally. We need to understand how this endpoint for the role works. We have a lot to still figure out here, because I'm not satisfied. This is definitely not enough. But thank you. This is Don't Give a Damn Developer. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, because again, this is uncensored, and I want you to see everything. Now, this is the shit that developers have to go through every day. And if you knew this before you got into it, you have to rethink. Do you really want to do this? And you must really love this in order to go through this shit with this crappy documentation and half-ass written error messages, and you have to tinker through to try to understand somebody's ill-written logic or ill-written information, and then you still have to be successful, and you have pressure to get something done at a time frame with all this bullshit going on. That's a lot to chew. All right, again, thank you for watching this whole video. Hopefully you learned something. If you did, let me know in the comments. Bye-bye.